Greetings, everyone. It's been a little while since my last voiceover video. Hope everyone who's watching is doing well. In this brief but detailed presentation, I'd like to highlight an important concept that could be viewed as a continuation to my previous Blackamoor and Offspring veneration video. Here we want to highlight the so-called Pagan Green Man. Now, there are so many discussions, of course, on the history as well as the spiritual practices that many of today's spiritualists have initiated in order to revive the cultural relevance of so-called green paganism. However, I want to highlight a few key misconceptions and to talk a little bit about my personal connection to the Green Man figure. For those who have followed some of the information I've presented over the years on the Green Man correlations, some of you are quite familiar with these concepts. The most essential historical checkpoint on the pagan Green Man that is absolutely not acknowledged by white neo-pagans or spiritualists is the associations and significance of melanin with the Green Man figure. This is vital in understanding nature-based spirituality. There are 5 elements of nature in Aboriginal science: air, water, fire, soil, and ether, which is melanin or black cosmic matter. In Aboriginal spirituality, the tapping into black cosmic matter is what induces trance, or what we simply refer to as godlike abilities in Aboriginal people. To map out the global Aboriginal origins of the Green Man, where do we find him? In Mesoamerica, we have him as Arasha, the Green Lord. In Alkebulan, so-called Africa, he is Asar, later known as Osiris. Checkpoint highlight. It is our position that Arasha and Asar, both names are of the same etymological origin. Major correlation. In the Indian subcontinent, he's known as Saptaparna, the 7-leafed man plant. As we've discussed in previous presentations, the 7 leaves, called sapta, symbolize the 7 major glands and organs in the human body: the pineal, pituitary, hypothalamus, thymus, heart, solar plexus, and the genitals. This same 7 symbolism is of course also found in the Quran and is known as the Sabti. Going further into the Moorish tradition, the Green Man is known as Al-Khidr, meaning the Green One. Again, we stress the importance of lineage in certain spiritual discussions because keep in mind that Al-Khidr is mostly venerated in so-called West Africa amongst Sufis, in the Eastern Sudan, and even parts of the Indian subcontinent. Again, showing more of the obvious Nilotic origins of Islam. In the Indian subcontinent, Krishna would also derive from this Green Man archetype. Aboriginal people globally paid homage to this figure, whereas our American Aboriginal ancestors commonly venerated and carved many of their images with green jade stone, similarly to how the peoples of ancient Egyptian culture carved many of their statues from green malachite. As a final checkpoint highlight, we want to emphasize here not only the importance of nature worship and ancient monotheism, but also how the everyday essentials of human life is solely centered around the utility of plant and animal life. The plants we use for both food and shelter, we use them as fragrances in attraction and aesthetics, whereas the animals we utilize are all ultimately fueled by plants. This is all Aboriginal spiritual science. Stay tuned for upcoming presentations. Holito.